Alrighty, guys. So right before we do get started today, now I'm gonna say the last couple of episodes haven't really been uploaded when they were supposed to, because the dungeon episode that was the last one, which is gonna pertain to this one, in the previous one, it didn't go so well in the previous episode, and the reason why that is because I forgot to upload it, so So let's get started for today. Now today's video, I'm not going to tell you guys when I'm releasing these. You guys will just have to pay close attention on when things are being released because of a lot of things. So, give me a second here. Okay, so basically, in the last episode, we were starting to show you guys how to make a dungeon, make it look a little bit more intricate. Now this is what people are going to see right here. So I want to go back as far as we can. Okay, so it's off. So that's off the screen. So okay, we're doing good. Okay, so now we do need to come in here. Okay, so today, if you guys can kind of see, what does this 1, 255 mean? Well, there is this thing called enemies. In an RPG, you don't have to create an enemy base if you don't want to, but you can skip this episode if you're not. But I wouldn't highly recommend it. I'll just follow so you guys can understand how to use these. We're going to go into tools today, go into database, and we're going to come down here into showing you guys, as you guys can see, I want to take a look at, we're going to take a look at creating weapons and stuff. Now, I was creating this outside of this, just to kind of give you guys, what it means. So when you look at something like this, you can come down and you keep going down and you're going to see a lot of different things as you go. As you can see, it gets big, the Dragon X6 Pro needs to be hit fire. But we're going to take this, and it says it needs to be 57. It's actually going to be 55, but with... that's just incendiary rounds, which is fire rounds. We're going to actually increase this to 57. And then we need to drop that down by 3. And I'm also going to drop that down by 1 there. So that way, like, see this here? The double barrel is much more heavier than... It's more heavier here. But then when you get to the Ironhide Flash, it still should be... we're going to do that down to 4. A shotgun with a lot of kick. This is going to be a smaller shotgun, the FK45. This one here, we're going to actually go down. This one's going to go down to 5, and then this one's going to go down to 6, just because it uses the incendiary rounds. And as you can see, sometimes when you want to create things, this is just for weapons, by the way. So as you can see, looking at these pistols, as you get further and further down, you want to make sure that when you look at the pistols, early game is cheap. As you go in, it gets more expensive as you go. These two are the same price, but they're not. As you can see, they say it's a claw, but it's not really a claw. These are pistols. So I'm just kind of showing you guys things. Now, when you go into armor, you can follow the same thing. Like, as you can see, it gets much more defense. Okay. You want to make sure that, the iron vest gives you, the bronze vest gives you 100 HP additional. This one we're going to add 400 HP additional. And this one will add 600 HP additional. So to increase our HP consumption. Okay, basic rings. And these are elemental rings. So a basic ring, we'll do, I want to copy the basic ring and do, we're going to create this. We're going to call this one the advanced ring. Okay. Advanced ring. Okay. Now this advanced ring is going to be 15 there. And it's going to be 400 to get this one. And the advanced ring is more defense, but it's going to cost you more to buy. Like, it's going to cost you 700 in that to buy. Now, what we want to do is I'm going to copy the brown ring. Okay. And we're going to say Magic. I'm going to do Magic Plus. We'll call this a Magic Minus ring. It's got that elemental rate. Is basically I'm going to create the ice ring. Is where this is its reduction on fire. Physicality is 50%. Okay. Thunder is 50%. Water, we're dropping everything by 50% here for elemental rates. So we already got the earth. Wind is going to be 50%, except for the light ring is only going to be it's going to be 60% on the light, and then the dark ring as well. So it still follows that kind of thing, but then this will also but this skill, seal type magic, and also seal type special. So that means anybody who uses this can't use magic, can't use spells, but gets a max of 100 HP, 20 defense, get a minus in 5 attack though, minus 5 in agility, M defense, we're going to put 20 in M defense, 0 increase in there, 10 into luck, max MP, no, max. MP is going to be minus that 5,000 in max MP. So that means the person who puts this on won't have access to that MP anymore. Okay, so basically max MP is dropped, and it's going to seal type magic and special. So when you have that MP, any abilities that you have, anything that's equipped, you can do that. Now, no armor type, we're just going to conclude that these are general armor. because you want to make sure like that everything here is general armor, because these are general armor. This is going to be access for everybody can use these. I'm going to use these. So you want to make sure that when you set up your armor type, you set up your shield equipment type, set it up so that when you want to say, okay, you're making some rings, set it up where you are. See, like when I go into the timing of the system base terms, types here. When I went into types, I said general, magic, heavy. The magic armor is because that's only for one character in the game. Genuinely. The heavy armor is for somebody else in the game. It's for everybody else. But, as you can see, I put weapon, shield rings, head, body, and accessories. Okay? That is understandable. Okay? Second of all, to do with those ranges, we're going to copy the UNR grunts. Okay? Now, if you wanted to say, okay, we're copying the UNR grunts, you want to say, okay, we're creating enemies. We're going to say the UNR grunts, UNR grunt. We're just going to slightly, you can click on here and you can change. I'm going to change the hue a little bit. UNR grunt, we're going to have the UNR grunt, and then what I do is then we're going to put this one, we're going to increase that to 300 here. Drop its attack by 2. We're going to drop its agility and increase its luck, just to change a few things. And then we're also going to allow for basic magic. Okay, and I always usually double attack is set there as turn to X that will use double attack then, but they can use silence in any point. They do have max MP. It's only 25 though, so it's not like everything. And they're still going to have that same thing. HP increase there and a basic ring. So that way the UNR grunts. Now, when you create those enemies, we are needing the UNR grunts because we are gonna we need it for part of the story. Now, when you want to create, I also need to create a new animal here. Hold on. Let's also create a new database manager. Let's go down here. Let's go up here. Let's go find our bat. Now, we have this kind of a bat here. Okay. We have a whole range of enemies. Now, you guys can get access to a whole bunch of these through RPG Maker, MZ, DLC, and stuff. Like, we have the bat, and I'm going to do the bat one. So, we'll just call this one bat. It's an unoriginal, but it's a bat, and it's supposed to be, it's the bat. And the bat, I'm going to put it at 150. Okay, now we want to look at the UNR grunts only gives you 15 XP. We'll give this one 13 XP, and we'll give this one 2 gold. So that you don't get a lot from the bats because there's a thing. And items, potions going to be dropped at 25%. Another potion can be dropped at 50%. And then another item for these guys can also elixir at 75. So you can get an elixir early on in the game. Let's do that at 90. Let's make that harder to obtain. And then when you get in there, now, when you want to get in here, we also have to create troops. So database, so we need to go in here, troops. So we'll say, when we create troops, we can have it set up down here. We're going to now say, okay, now we're going to say basically, I want to leave a considerable, like we're only having 100 set of troops anyways. So for now, so what we're going to do is we're going to add the 2 bats in here. Now, you can rearrange the way that these enemies are, and I need to go through, and we're going to rearrange these. Okay. Because, unfortunately, we're playing with the side view battler. Okay. And then down here, we're going to auto-name that as bat. Okay. And then we're going to create one that just auto-name that to bat as well. And then we're going to add the 2 UNR grunts here. Auto-name. Now, what I will do is I will say UNR grunt plus. Now, this isn't so that they can keep the UNR grunt, or we can do it based on the color, in which I will probably do that. Then we're going to also add the UNR grunt here, auto name UNR grunt. So right now we're just going to name it plus. So let me go look at the UNR grunt here. Because that's what it sets to 35. Go to 35 there. We'll just say UNR grunt. We'll just say UNR grunt plus right there. That way then we don't get ourselves confused. Okay, UNR grunt plus is only 300. UNR grunt plus, we're gonna actually increase the UNR grunt attack here is 20. We'll do this one to 21, but we'll do 21. But its M attack and its agility is going to be a little bit less, though. And then we're going to take that drone, copy that drone SPR. Now we're going to do the drone SPR 101, which gives it about 35 attack. But it will drop its it'll increase it there, and its max MP is going to be increased by 5. So the drone SPR 100 is going to be a different color. So we're going to do this at 35 as well. Okay. The drone SP 101 is still going to stay elemental, but now it's going to be increasing its drop rates a little bit on these. It's 25. We'll get this one to 28, and we'll increase it. We'll keep its gold the same. So your gold is going to be dropping. Its XP is going to be increased a little bit. Okay. Now we could bring in a new set. We could bring in the Wind Spirit and change it to the Earth Spirit, but that's the Water Spirit, which we don't really want. We need to go up here. That's the Fire Spirit, and we need the Earth Spirit. There we go. So bring up the Earth Spirit in here. We're going to increase this defense is going to be increased to 35. 5. Its wind spirit is 400. No, it's 300 in XP. 30 there. M attack is going to be 30. And then its max MP is going to be 50. There. Actually, no, let's bring it up to 100 MP. Instead of wind, we're going to find stone. So stone 1 can be used, Earth Spirit. I don't know. And then we'll increase this one to 15, and shop to gold is by 10. And it will not drop, these will not drop anything. So we're just testing, and this is physical, its attack element is going to be Earth. Okay, this one, this attack element is supposed to be wind. The drone wolf's attack element is physical, but it can have elemental rate. Elemental rate can also bring in thunder. So if you're immune to thunder, it's just elemental rate also includes in that. So I don't know. It's more of a physical attack. Yes, save it. Testing purposes, guys. I failed the testing purpose. Because we're not supposed to start it yet. Now, we need to create bats like to live more close to the early area. So what we can do is when we want to create a range, the bat, no, okay. So we're creating the bats. We're also going to need to create a spider set, but we're going to put the bats early. The bats are going to sit here early in, let's take it up to that point there, and then we're going to create 2. So this is where 2 is going to come in, and this is where we can easily fill in easily. So we'll just fill you there, and we can't do the filling like that because we are, and then we're going to set up 2 here, okay? And then I can show you guys what I mean. And then we have 2 there. Now, we're also going to allow 2 to migrate around that, and we'll just go and we'll create 2 right up to that point. Let's create it up to there, and then we'll go and switch over using 3. This is where we can create okay, and we can just do that real quick. Okay, this is going to show you guys what range does in the game. Okay, and now basically, and then we need to, I'm actually going to extend 3. Now I could have just left it there just to be on the safe side. Now, what I'm going to do is we're also going to allow 2 to kind of genuinely be there. Now we're going to go back and we're going to take 2 and we're going to fill in come in. We're going to drop 2 in small pockets here, just to kind of make it feel alike just a little bit early. And then we'll also drop 1 in a little bit of these pockets right there. Just a little bit, not going overboard, okay, where it's just a little bit. We'll even put a 1 there, just to kind of, it just means 1 is just going to be primarily focused on the, I'm actually going to increase the bat consumption a little bit here. We'll just increase the bat location a little bit. Just do that like so, and then we'll just take and we'll extend you up like, we'll just extend to a little bit soon, a little bit later, because we removed some of it. And then what I will do is I'll just put 1 okay there, just to kind of make it seem much more there. Now, when you create those ranges, okay, when you want to look at the troops, this is where you're going to have the encounter of the weight. So we're going to put in the drone SPR 100 in here, okay? We're going to say the Pacific range is only going to pertain to Pacific in the 1, okay? We also are only going to pertain the bat here. We're just going to set the bat also there. And we're also going to sell the UNR grunt plus will also be focused on 1. So this way that it just focuses right there. And they're going to be focused as primarily that. Now, we also did not put the extra bat in here. So let's throw that in here as well. So put that here also 1. And we'll move that up. And we'll move the UNR grunt plus there. Move it there. Now the UNR grunt plus, now this is only the first one. Now we're going to set up the second one where the UNR grunt plus 2. Now the UNR grunt plus can also go between 2 and 3. We're going to allow that UNR grunts can go into 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we're going to set this one's going to only be specifically only 2 and 3 will only be affected by the NR drones. The drone SPR, the SPR 101s did not get created, so we'll just put that there. Okay, and then we'll also do another one that will sit 2 and 3. It's going to say wind spirit, but it's going to be down to 13. Hit OK there. Now before we do, because we did make a mistake, we need to create the drone. Go to troops and create the drone SPR1. Auto name that, and the 101s are just a slight upgrade. These are just a slight there, and then we go back over here and we just look at that. Now, as you can see, we want the UNR grunt plus 2 to take less rotation on the damage. So we're going to drop this down to 3. The higher the weight, the more likely that that plus is going to be there. We're going to take the bats and we're going to drop that down by 1. And we're going to keep the SPR there. Now, when I did say that the bats would only show up there, we also need to create like a spider. But we're going to show you guys that these have a higher rating in certain spots. The drone SPR1 will drop that also down by 3, down to 3. Okay, so now we have that set up, ready to go. But I do want to show you guys on how to create how to bring enemies in. I did that because we did the Earth Spirit. I want to also bring in Spider. Now the Spider, I'm just going to do where the Spider can bring in. Okay. I'm going to go all the way down here. Spider. And then we're going to also add we'll also put Venom in here as well. And then this one, antidotes can be dropped at about a rate of 3. Another antidote can be dropped at 50. We'll drop that at 15. Drop another, and we can drop a third antidote. Third antidote at 40. Okay, so it does have a harder time dropping that, and it's still physical element is still going to be physical. So Spider. Now, we also I don't know why I keep closing up the database because I want to test to show you guys this, but we need to create the spiders, and the spiders have to be in here. So we're going to add the spiders, and then we're going to add in a spider name there, and then we're also going to add the Earth Spirit. Auto name that, and auto name you as well. And apply, hit OK, and then we're going to set it up so that you guys can kind of see. This is going to allow for people when they come in. So we'll start with the spider. We're going to put it in the Pacific region of 2 and 3 are going to have a higher, this one, we're just going to put it 3 there. This one's going to have, that's only going to be effective in 3. So then we're going to do spider. Here is only going to be able to be effective in 2 and 3. And this spider 2 will be dropped by a down to 2 rate, and this will be dropped down by a 1 rate. So spiders will still happen frequently. Earth spirits. The Earth spirits will happen only in 2 and 3, and will have an increased chance. So you'll find more of the Earth spirits in here. And Earth spirits 2 will also be specifically in towards 2 and 3. Okay. So now let's show you save changes. Now, I did prevent her from using shield ring. She can't use it. She can't use it like the rest of us. Now, as you can know, we did not create the music for in this area. So let's go to game end. We need to set the music up for it because you got to make sure that each place has a autoplay certain BGM. So we're in the dungeon. Now we got it set up properly so that when we go, let's hit continue. Now you can save pretty much anywhere, and I'm going to allow that. But you're only allowed to have 20 files, so if you forget to save, you might be screwed. Now, you know that these grunts got in here pretty quickly. Okay? So, as you can see, so we need to decrease his defense a little bit. Okay, but Spirit Blessed, Divine Blessed, and Saint One have also been learned. Now, if you notice, that we finally got these guys again. Oh, come on, I missed. The Roman party was victorious, and as you can see, a potion was found. Gunner and them now are certain thing. But as you can see, we're just trying to go and just roam. As you can see, you don't want to have thunder and the lightning and the thunder. Mm. Oh, nice. Another potion was found. Now, if we're starting to look at this, we have enough. Let's go back to town. Okay. But as you can see, we don't want to have that many people dropping in. So, let's save here just because we can. Okay, because I'm not here. I'm here just because we went in there and tested. We don't have all of this done yet, but I will get it done as soon as I can. We don't need the medicine. We need just the shop. So now we've got that available to us. Let's save again. Okay, let's close out of the game since we already saved. Now, when we came into Ice Mountain, I didn't change anything except I show you how to add encounters. Well, we want to make sure that the encounters happen less often. Encounter steps will happen, we need to happen less often. So let's increase it by 30. Okay, and see how far we can go with that. Okay? Now we've reduced the encounter rate, because you saw how far the encounter rate got us. Now, as you can see, we found some gold lying around. As you can see, we don't have as much of a thing. And I put it at 60 for a reason, because that way then we don't have as much apparently going on in there. So let's quit the game. Okay, that is how you set up a dungeon for enemies. Now, when you are done and you kind of need some place to set up for an inn. We didn't set this up traditionally. We showed you how to set up a shop. It is generally the same way that you would set up a inn, you would set up a shop. Now, if we go here in the Crane shops, okay, I'm just gonna quickly show you guys this real quick. Let's just gather you, and then we don't need. Let's go down here. No, it's actually we have to go do this because unfortunately, arg. Okay, we're gonna come down here, and then let's create this inn. Now this inn, if you go to Crane, is right here. So it's not a, so inn isn't that large. It's more breakneck speeds at a longer source. So we're just gonna make sure that, and I know what one we're using anyway, so we don't have to create this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to create this more further back like. and then we're going to allow for when you come in, right there, and then we'll just do that, and then we'll place you there, and then we can just fill you in, and then just add, nope, and then just go in and just add into rows right there, and we've got ourselves our little inn. Now, when you wanted to create the inn, we're going to also create it so that it does not interlock, where the inn person will sit right there. There's going to be a door. That's how they get back there. There's a door there. So, in that sense. And now let's take this, and I actually want to see if we can go back by 1. Just that there seems a little bit more room to walk through. As you come in, it's a little hallway as you come in, but that's okay by me. Now, we could actually even... I was going to put something in the back. Center, I wanted to see something here, and then creating the edges. I just wanted to try something here. Alright. Nope, we're going to clear it out. Okay. So now when creating this inn, I'm doing a couple things today. We need a place for people to sit, so for people to sleep. In the inn itself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create like a chair, like a chair there. That's the hospital bed, but we need better bed. Okay. Now, we're going to make this a cheap inn, though. We're making this a cheap inn. So, can I place you 2 there? And then we can place you there, and place you there. And then I'll kind of place like a vending machine there. I'm gonna place a couple of vending machines. Like one will have food and the other one will have like a thing, but in this kind of thing. So now we've got this inn created. We want to make it so that that you can't go on without paying for it to go in. So let's clear you out of the way, and let's move you back by 1. Okay. And then we can set up like a thing right there. That's just going to be basically where they keep linens and things, and it's empty. Now, when you want to create an inn, you can go over here, right click, quick creation event, inn. Okay. Inn is going to be 15 in price, plus 15 gold per night. This is going to allow for people, when you look at this event and you click on edit, this is what will show up as if you were to do so. Okay. Now we need to say, okay, we didn't save it, but we're okay. We're going to come here, we're going to hit Control 1, hit retain. We're going to go to in crane, and we're going to step outside again. So hit OK. And then we need to go back to crane. And we're going to create a Control 1. No, we're gonna actually hit Control 3. No, Control 2, sorry. And then and it's gonna be like a cheap place to live. Not gonna be like an expensive place. This is like not an. It's gonna be like an It's gonna be a very cheap place to live. So we could even go and utilize the old, like an old timey door, but we're just gonna use this door here and say no. That is, and then we need to edit you, because I didn't mean to. We need to move your destination into Crane Shop. So hit OK, hit apply, hit OK. Now let's go in here, and then we can ask 15 for one night, would you like to stay? Okay, that allows us to sleep at night. Now, let's say we do, let's go to Crane Shop. Edit this. Now, we have into and I still like that, so we're gonna say let's keep that there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually go into Crane. We're gonna change. We're gonna keep that there, but we can change. Let's change the way that this looks. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna clear this out. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna make this look. Dirty. No, and then and the top looks the same, but it's gonna look dirty. Actually, no, to look like that it's being worked on. No, I don't like that. You know what? Let's redo this. No. and then there. And then let's make it, we can make it seem broken through it, and then I'll also do soil. We'll make it look like that that it's broken, and then it's run down home. So then we go down here. And then we can edit this guy and says, 10 gil for one night, would you like to stay? We're going to do is a new, okay, we're going to actually hit cancel. We're going to hit copy, paste, and then we're going to play U. We're going to do copy, and hit Control V. And then you know this place needs updating or needs fixing, but I can't seem to get anyone here. I don't seem to get anyone here. So and we're gonna hit OK. And we're gonna hit apply, and then we're gonna also come back into Crane Shop here. So it'll kind of look, no. And then, no. And then we'll kind of just place like a couple of those there, and then we'll place like a large one up front. Nope. I'll place a couple there. And then we'll place one like there that's kind of starting to fall apart. And it really is. And it looks this way, you know. They got the couch, but it's, yeah, I guess. I always forget that. And in that way, hey, 15 per night, would you like to stay? No. Okay. Before we do save, we forgot to do this. So this is a way, so what I will do is then once you've gone through this thing, if you say yes, okay, we're going to say Control Self Switch A on, and then we can just copy you and paste you there, and then it'll act as this is self switch A. Oh, when you ask, this place needs fixing, but I can't seem to get anyone here, so it looks bad. This place needs fixing, but I can't seem to get anyone here, so it looks bad. Sorry. 15 go for one night. We'll stay. There for one night, and then it'll just go back to doing that there. That's how you guys can create your very own special in creating dungeons and inns today. Remember, if you guys would like to see a lot more content from me, remember, hit that like button, hit that beautiful subscribe, and we will see you guys back here tomorrow, beautiful, bright and early. Whenever you guys, we'll see you guys back. We'll see you guys back here later. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It's not back here tomorrow. It's back here later. Because I don't know if I'll have one out tomorrow, because I genuinely don't think I'll ever get one out. But this is supposed to, like I said, this is supposed to come out after that one, which was supposed to be the day that this was recorded, but now it's coming out 2 days later. So, if you guys want to see how to create inns, how to create an inn, and how to create enemies, this is a great place to start. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Please tell me that it got saved. Thank you.